There we go. What a time it's been. What a time it's been. I have taken a considerable amount of time, at least internally, to reevaluate myself. And I am willing to move forward. And not just move forward. Move beyond where I was before. The last video that I uploaded was a good reminder to me that I was already on a path that was not... I was already on a path of going forward. And then an obstacle got put in front of it. I took some time, and I am now removing that obstacle. It took me an entire month to do it on my own until I just couldn't handle it anymore. And I went and got some help from the people around me. I don't know how many of you went to see the Capcom quiz stream that Ace did a couple weeks ago. In that stream, I had a ton of people tell me how much they meant to me, or how much I meant to them, and that they had my back. I'm not alone in this. And taking some further time and evaluating, I realized that I had put myself into the darkest box I possibly could. But now's the time. The time now. The light is here. In the last update, pseudo update, in between then and now, big thing number one, I reached out to the guy that was affected by my intense tirade. And he, number one, agreed with me that GameFAQs is awful. But number two, don't worry about it. It's alright. Which gives me the confidence to know that if anybody, anywhere, starts shit, just doing it for attention, just doing it for clout. Me and him are past it. We're done. We're done with it. It happened. I made a mistake. The next day, I went to mend that mistake. I didn't just apologize. I reached out, gave him the material, said I'm sorry in the post, and let him come to his own conclusion. We then had a nice little back and forth, and then we buried the hatchet. We're done with that. So, that's no longer a point of contention. I'm also now a month out after the legal troubles that befelled me last month, and I will reciprocate to you. March 31st was the darkest day I've had in a long time. And because I said it on Ace's stream, I feel the obligation to tell you all as well. So, on that day, which was one day before I was supposed to go into court, I was the closest I had ever been to taking my own life. I had everything planned out. I knew how I was going to do it. I knew what time I was going to do it. All of that was in my mind, ready to go on March 31st. Evidently, that did not happen. I'm still here. Something within my soul forced myself to continue. Disregard my phone right now. I should have put it on vibrate, but whatever. Fortunately, the resolution to I already explained it in the other stream, but the court saga was a massive time sink for me. But that ended, frankly, the best way it could have. And then just a few days later, all of that pent up stress and aggression that I wanted to take out on them came out against Go unfairly and unjustly. He did not deserve it. He did not deserve what I did to him. Which is why I reached out. We patched things up. That's done now. I decided to take the rest of the month to simply take a step back, look at everything I had done so far, and say, is it worth it to come back? The answer is yes. A big yes. In the community tab post, there were some things that I had planned to do. I got one of them done. Well, I'm doing a couple of those. I actually am keeping on some of those promises. Number one, this. This was item number 1. I'm pretty sure that I stream today. Never mind. Stupid. Okay. So, Dark Aces stream happened. Absolutely. The VOD is still available. If you want it, I can send it in the stream chat. You can watch it and just see the progress for yourself. The second thing I tried to do, I only did one of those things. I will say that I've been taking a lot of time being with my boyfriend recently. And he has done an amazing job of keeping me in high spirits. He's been instrumental in my recovery. So, Dan, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is only the start of our relationship. Him and I just, it's amazing. It's amazing what we've done. And I know that that's only the start of many more amazing things to come. Now, in the process of that, I was only able to get out one of the videos that I promised. But the one that I did upload, I'm glad I uploaded it, because it was one that had been sitting around in the computer, not doing anything with it. I finally just buckled down, edited the fucking thing, and I got it up, and it's gotten decent viewership. Thank you. Thank you for coming out, and the people that did comment on it. The friend in question, Mugetsu. I don't think you swayed my opinion of Soul Calibur 6, but it was an entertaining session. At least we got some good material out of it. Derps and Miguel, I believe, were on the comment section too. Thank you for engaging with it. That's all I wanted out of it, was some form of engagement, to know that people still care. Now, the other video is where I did kind of let things down, but me sitting here saying these words on this stream, that was the last promise I made, and I'm keeping that end of it. So 75% is still a passing grade. And the video that will be uploaded, I think will be worth the wait. Because it is a video in a series that I've been doing for so many years. And the last episode of it was how long ago? Was a series that desperately needs to come back. If I can find the damn thing. Oh, this is going off just... Okay. I see how it is. I see. I get it. I understand. When did I make this playlist? What? I am mystified. There we go. Found it. Okay. The last episode was 3 months ago. I'd say that's better than 6 months. So, I'm going to try my damnedest. When was the day specifically? So I can give myself another... The 7th. That's my deadline. I'm going to try my fucking ass, my fucking ass off to get that video up at least by next week. So, I'll be doing that. The video in question? Well, let's just start going through that. What does the future hold? What does the future hold? A dropped promise that I had in 2023 was to launch a new show. The show I tried to launch, I had a very rude awakening that it was going to take a lot of effort, a lot of manpower, and it's just something that I do not have the capability of doing at the moment. I don't want to drop the idea completely, because it is something completely different. It's unique compared to everything else I do. In the general space, it is pretty derivative, but at least for my content standards, it's different enough. So that series, I'm shelving it. Not trashing it entirely. I'm just shelving it. But there is another new show that I want to do in its stead. And it's something a lot easier, hopefully, to do. I have the general idea of it in my head. I'm still... The only thing about... You're still not letting that go? Oh my god. By the way, Daniel's Hot Topics and Cammy Player, welcome back to the stream. I was just kind of expunging all the things I needed to... I said all the things I had to say. Okay? I got through all the pre-canned stuff. We can start having fun again! I know, it's a shocker. Positivity in my life? I think it's finally time that I can finally let some of that in. It's all about small victories. You know what I did earlier today? I cleaned my dresser. That's it. That's all I did, and that's probably all I'm going to do all day. If I don't decide to do something else for the end of the day, making a decision. But if I just left it at I cleaned my dresser, that's good enough for me. Because I did something. I did something. That's not being on the bed and just contemplating and fearing. Being inside of my own head. I can finally move away from that. And just take the actions needed. To just move forward. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. The video I want to try to get out next week. now that I have people that will care, especially someone that'll care. The next video that was filmed is Fighting Game Freakout, episode 41. FGF is coming back. I know that it is a very infrequent series. I get it. But I blame myself for creating the boss list that I did. But when I get those episodes done, I feel an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. And a goal I'm going to set for myself is at least before Evo, because I'm going to try to go to that. At least before then, I get 2 months. Month and a half. That's all the time I get. I need to... A big problem that I had last year, which I'm going to take some time to work on, is I had all these ideas and I just put them into the ether. And I was like, they'll just happen when they happen. What that does to me psychologically is I don't want to work on this right now. I know that there's no definite time for this. I don't need to work on this right now. Not giving myself hard deadlines makes me so much more prone to procrastination. I now only have my job and my social life to worry about behind the scenes. I have the time. Motherfucker, I have the time. I have it. And I'm going to start using that time. But in order to use that time effectively, I need to make things a little more rigid. So that's why I'm giving myself 1 week to edit the next FGF episode. It'll be up within this week. I know I can do it. I know in my heart I can do it. And then episode 42 will be up within the next month and a half. That one, it'll be a little bit looser, but also filming that episode won't be nearly as brutal. Because the last few FGFs have had a lot of other logistical challenges to them, which makes the filming process a lot more troubling. Like, Johan, good lord! That episode was a pain in the balls to record. And then having to go back and edit it was even worse. And Ghost Billstein was another example. Fucking you saw the result of it in the video. Some FGFs are total logistical nightmares. But in the end, I get them up, and I have a hopefully entertaining video in store. So, yeah, Fighting Game Freakout ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. And season 3 has gotta end eventually. That season's gone on for a fucking eternity. Although, much like this and the next series I want to talk about, I'm completely fine admitting that I got a little too overzealous. Even with other series I'm doing, I was a little too overzealous with how much I could reasonably do. But, hey, I'll get it. I can get it done. I can do it. I can do this. Isn't that such a departure from everything else I've said so far? I'm telling you, I needed this time. I know some people weren't happy about it. They didn't say anything about it. They just left. Whatever. I needed that time to look at myself and say, what do I need? And what I realized was I need time, need more so effective use of time. I need to be straightforward, and I need to be confident. In the last stream that I did, I talked about waiting for opportunities. And then in the Capcom quiz stream I did with Ace, my boy Reese held me over after the stream was done, and he said, bro, that ain't how the world works. You gotta be the one to create those opportunities. You gotta do it. And that resonated with me. I'm like, bro, there are so many things that I've wanted to do and just did not have the inner strength and the confidence to even attempt doing them. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'll get into like specific stuff right now, but for now I'm just going to talk about like generalities with the series I'm doing, and then after that I'll dive into like specifics, like what's happening in the now. So, another series that I want to address, Marathon of Misery. Absolutely continuing. Absolutely going to continue plowing my way through that list of games. You may think that it's pretty crazy for me to want to play god-awful games for a show, but something about bad games brings people together. I don't know what it is. It's just the collective. It's the collective experience. Heck, that's what Cammy Player was referencing in his first message. Was the Terminator 2 episode. Don't think I've forgotten, because I didn't. Freaking Mugetsu named himself in my server after that freaking puzzle. It's not something you just forget. But at the same time, that show does create that unique bonding experience. And I'm absolutely not getting rid of it. Absolutely not. Another series I know people are anxiously awaiting for, Corruptions. I know you want them. And I finally put a list down of just a bunch of games to do and the settings to get those results. I still need to go to the Fatal Fury video and post them, which I'll probably do after this stream. I actually have the corruption settings for the real-time corruptor, so if you want to try it yourself, you can plug those settings in and get something similar to what I was getting. And I'll be doing that for every Corruptions video going forward. So, yeah. That show now has a much clearer direction. I know which games I'm doing, how I'm going to corrupt them, how to get the optimum settings. So that show can get out a little bit faster. That one doesn't have like a season list thing, just because there's no point. But there is... I do have a dock that I can open and mess around with. So, yeah. Corruptions still happening. May actually try to film one tonight, because I remembered. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess I can just get this one out of the way. FGF Revisited. I still have to work on those other streams. I will say I actually am going to nix one of them, which was Master Core, and that's because of technical problems. I had the game running on Citra, and then I tried playing through Classic Mode, and it's a laggy mess, especially when you actually get to the boss fight. So, because of that, I'm going to have to shelve that fight for the indefinite future. I still want to try to do it eventually. If I could get a modded 3DS with a capture card, that would be dope. But those are fucking expensive. Really expensive. So, yeah, gonna have to shelve that for the time being. So, but the other two, Karai and Omega Rugal, still going to do those. 100% still going to do those episodes. Karai specifically is for TMNT Tournament Fighters on the Genesis, which I have been practicing every so often. Way worse than the Super Nintendo version. Leagues worse. She is so fucking brutal. And the practice I was doing was on level 4 difficulty. The game goes up to 7 or 8. It's like SNK games. Insanity. Which, if I am going to be doing that FGF Revisited stream, Karai is next. She's the next target. And I both dread having to do that fight, but also I do have a strat. I have been practicing, and I do have a strat for Karai. So, when we get to that stream, we'll get there when we get there. But Karai is next. And then after will be Omega Rugal from KOF 98 UM, because I had played him in 2002 UM, and I did the revisit for Geese, so why not do the opposite? We did Orochi in 98 UM, and then the revisit is going to be Rugal in 98 UM, and hopefully that'll be the last we'll see of Rugal for a while. Still probably gonna have to do KOF 94 eventually, because Rugal is bullshit in KOF 94, but oh well, that's for very distant future me. But yeah, I might try to dig up another boss for a revisit to replace Master Core, but apart from that, I don't know if I have any more revisits in mind. Which, in that case, will let me keep doing the main episode so that I then have things to revisit. Alright. Next item on the docket. This show. Well, I did launch a new show in 2023. I did. I launched Rough Cuts. My movie reaction / review show where it's just my dumb face insulting a movie for three years. We did the FNAF movie first, and I grant you it'll still be a logistical challenge to continue doing those, but I do have a soft list. I do have a couple movies written down to continue doing that show, but for the most part it's just I don't have a lot of methods to do movies. So yeah, still want to do more of that show, but again, it is a logistical challenge, but it is one worth doing. I was going to try to do a Christmas episode last year, and that did not go very well. So yeah, because I was in the height of me absolutely despising my old job, and I couldn't get out of that funk. But hopefully I can do that episode this year and make up for it. So anyways, yeah, Rough Cuts, I want to do more of those. I just have to figure out more movies I want to do, and then how to get a hold of said movies. But yeah, that is a show I want to continue. I don't want to just leave it as a one-off, because the FNAF episode did okay, so why not try to do more of them? Anyhow, here's a big one. Ultra Challenge. Sometime soon, probably within the next couple weeks, at least within the month. Again, set more stakes, give things more of a firm grasp. I think that's when we'll move into the more like rigid stuff. within this month, I want to try another attempt, if not more attempts, at Tekken 2 Harakiri only. In the first stream of that, I was able to do a run using the PS Plus re-releases rewind feature. So if you just cut out all the rewinds, theoretically it's possible. That's the big problem, though. That's just a theoretically. I want to actually do it. Because I swear to God, I feel like I can do it. I now have no problems using the PS5 version because I think I was using an emulator, like an actual on-computer emulator no, I was using the PS5. I just couldn't actually beat it. I had to quit it after beating Devil because I didn't want to save it unlocking Kunimitsu to throw off the credit quest, because I was doing the Tekken 2 credit quest at the same time, and I didn't want to throw off the save file. Now that version's 100%ed. We're already done with Tekken 2. So I can just play the PS5 version from here on out. So I want to try to get that done, or at least attempt doing it again. Maybe I'll try to make it a weekly thing, because it's one of those things that you probably need to grind. But yeah. And I talked with Cammy Player about this on Discord. There is a means of making it into videos, and other YouTubers and what have you have a similar formula. So I think I can actually convert that into a proper video. So I can try to do that. But that's going to be a little bit of experimentation, which will be a fun challenge. And Ultra Chet. That is cheesy as fuck. That's so cheesy. Anyways, oh shit, I forgot about the montages. There is a credit quest I do want to do another montage for. But I need to go through all that footage. So that's very much... Those montages are very much happens when it happens. Kinda. But, I mean, I did have a pretty good streak with, Tekken 1... What was the other game? Tekken 1 JoJo's. That was the one. And both Breakers games. Number one. Never doing 2 games at once for a montage. My God, was that Breakers video a pain in the ass to make. But I also don't have to mess with Breakers anymore. I know there's a weird new version of Breakers Revenge called Breakers Revenge Chicago or some shit, but it's only on the EX Arcadia board, or that arcade system, and it's like you can't emulate it, you can't. It's like stuck in Japan. There's like, it's a game you can't play, basically. So don't ask. And there's not even anything substantive in that version. So, oh well. But yeah, other montages, I'll just take it one game at a time. Like Nick All-Star Brawl and Nick All-Star Brawl 2, not doing those together. Absolutely not. That's never happening. Same thing with like Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter Alpha 2. Just no. Unless it's like 2 games. Unless it's like Breakers where it's like super fucking niche and there's no reason for there to be 2 videos, then I'll combine them. But for games that are a little bit more substantive, I'm not doing it. But speaking of Credit Quest, this is the big thing. I thought that I would take a longer hiatus with Credit Quest. No. This is the big thing that I want to put a stake in. On Monday, May 13th, Credit Quest is coming back. I have made thumbnails I have all of the I have the box arts and the overlays and the games at my disposal. Credit Quest is coming back a lot sooner than I anticipated. What games am I doing? Well, number one, it's not going to be Nick All-Star Brawl 2. Don't ask for that yet. Mr. Krabs and Zuko are out, but we're still waiting on Rocksteady and Iroh. So we can't do them yet. We can't go back to Nick All-Star Brawl 2. But when all those cats are released, I also want to bring back Street Fighter Alpha 2. There are some characters that I missed in Alpha 2. And, yeah. I want to dive in and actually finish Alpha 2 legit because, let me just go grab it. Where is it? There we go. Found it. I have a physical copy of Alpha Anthology, complete inbox. So what does that mean? Well, number one, I can play the rest of the games in Alpha 2 Gold, which is what I was originally going to play it in, but then bailed out of at the last second. So I can throw Alpha 2 Gold into the mix. But yeah, I'll do EX Ryu, EX Sagat, and I'm also going to do one of the alternate Sakuras, even though there's no real gameplay changes with her, it's just extra palettes. I mean, unless there's some other character that I'm missing, but the big one, the big character that I missed in Alpha 2 was Cammy. I have a means of playing Cammy now that won't take me 500 years to get at. Because I know how to unlock her in this game. So when Nick All-Star Brawl 2 comes back, so is Alpha 2. Alpha 2 will be finishing legit with every version of every character. Every single one of them. So, yeah. You got GTA Vice City on PS2? No, I do not. I probably should get the PS2 GTA games just because I see them hovering around my retro game store pretty often. Because, like, last time I saw GTA 3, and then another time I saw San Andreas. So I probably should pick those up because those are the best versions of those games. But that's an eventuality kind of thing. But you might be asking, Reaper, when Credit Quest comes back, what games are you playing? Well, much like the last set of games, I'll be doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. The 3 games that I'll be doing on those weekly, which will be 1 video a week, not 2. I wanted to try to expedite some series last few months ago, which was a bit of a double-edged sword, but it still wound up working. The first one, on that Monday, we will finally begin Mortal Kombat. We are doing the original game, not Mortal Kombat 1. That game's trash. And it's not done yet. Heavily not done yet. So I'm absolutely biding my time with that one. But we're going to be playing the original game. All 10 characters. Yes. Even Goro, Shang Tsung, and Reptile. Even fucking Reptile. I have means of playing as all them. So yeah, Mortal Kombat will finally be started. And then once that series is done, then I'm probably going to get pestered over and over and over again to do Mortal Kombat 2. That's still something that I'm scared of. But hey, once I get through Mortal Kombat 2, then I never have to worry about it again, because Mortal Kombat 2 Shao Kahn's not even the hardest Shao Kahn. So why would I FGF it? Nah. Exactly, why would I do it? Fucking Trilogy and 9 are infinitely harder. Fuck that. Reptile in his human form was cool. Yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit to the new game. Mortal Kombat 1 had a nice 50-50 between the two. Too bad the rest of Mortal Kombat 1 is balls. But yeah. On Wednesday, May 15th, will be the start of World Heroes. There was a startling lack of Neo Geo games. And so, in this session, we are going to bring Neo Geo back, but we're not going to be doing any Fatal Furies, any Art of Fightings. We're going to do another one of the weird franchises. Although World Heroes is a little bit more known than Breakers. So, yeah, it'll be good to start that. And then on Friday, May 17th. May 17th. Because of the rumblings around this franchise, and it's another series that I've just got to get started, Friday, May 17th, will be the start of Virtua Fighter. It's about fucking time we start Virtua Fighter. So, yeah. 3 series are finally going to be started. I'll be starting to make my way through those games. At the same time, though, I also don't want to neglect my weekend folks. So, instead of just, I mean, because we have all these new series going on, right? We have all these new series going on. We like new series. But there's also a game that's just been eating at me. There's a game that I just want to play so bad. So bad. And it is going to extend way past all the other games. But then that'll let me take it kind of low and slow for other series in the future. On Sunday, May 19th, will be a tale of Soul and Swords, eternally retold, as we begin to play Soul Calibur 1. That's all I gotta say. I'm already hyped, man. I already want to go in and start recording those videos, because I fucking love Soul Calibur 1. That game is fucking badass, dude. So yeah. I know I said we're doing 3 videos a week. Nah. You guys get a little more. I'm giving you that. I'm giving you that little token. 4 series. 3 of them will be fresh faces for Credit Quest. Another one will finally be continuing Soul Calibur after all this time. There are plenty of other Credit Quest series that'll be in the pipeline. Going forward, I want to try to have at least 1 or 2 Credit Quest series going per month, so that I can really take them slow and like really bide my time. and not overload my computer with videos, but also I'll also have something there for those viewers. So yeah, we went from having fuck all to do to now a ton of work. There's a lot of work to be doing, but there is a series I have kind of ignored, and it was another new series I launched in 2023. That's Devil's Advocate. I swear it's not dead. There's just one thing with series like that and Marathon of Misery and Ultra Challenge and what have you. Those are live streams. And live streams, I need to really make the time for those, really make every second count with them. But by that same token, in my current state, I can basically do live streams anytime I want. Any day of the week, I can do a stream. But also with Credit Quest going on, I can go back to Poke Reaper and actually give that channel some love. Because those viewers, they got no fucking idea that any of this happened. Unless you are subscribed to both channels, which if you are, thank you. Because I do like Pokemon, and that channel is going to go through a bit of a reform also. But that's a story for another day. So, yeah. Later tonight, I'm going to turn the stream back on, and I am going to be continuing Psychonauts. I want to try to beat the game, but I caved and I looked to see how much game I have left. I don't think I'm going to be finishing it tonight. I think I'll need one more stream after it. But I at least want to get on the stream tonight and get some more progress in on that game. And then probably try to film some corruptions and get that out before the wave of credit quests. The next wave of credit quests. So there you have it. That is all I've got up my sleeves. And I really do want to try to push forward. And fuck the word try. Actually, I am pushing forward. I'm going through with this. And much like not being able to get the next FGF episode out by the time this stream happened, if there's cases like that happens, I'm just going to say something. I'm just going to tell you, hey, I didn't have the, something came up and it didn't come out. Oh, well. I spent a whole lot of time with my boyfriend. That's why the FGF episode didn't come out. I can't be afraid of other people. And I also can't be afraid of my own perceptions of other people. I really do let fear control my life. Not anymore. Not anymore. I am not letting that happen anymore. Fear will soon become my bitch. And you will see that in the content going forward. Mugetsu, welcome back to the stream. Also Derps, I didn't see you earlier, but both of you welcome in. Even though I'll be back in like an hour or so. before I clip off this stream so that YouTube, doesn't get its fucking panties in a twist and try to combine the fucking Devil's Advocate and all that stuff. I have told you about all of the things going on regarding the last stream and how I moved on from that. I've now told you the direction of the channel and I guess by proxy Poke Reaper, but that's more of an update that I'll do for that channel. Before I go, you might have seen what I'm wearing right now. Recently, I got a small group of... Fine. I'm trying to make this poetic, damn it. But, oh well. Okay, I'm gonna speed run this shit. Within the week, episode 41 of FGF is coming out. Before EVO, the next episode after that. I'm gonna try to get that out. The rest of FGF will be kind of up in the air, but at least I want to get those 2 episodes going. Marathon of Misery, still trucking on, as per usual. That show's not going nowhere. Corruptions has a game list, so those will be coming out a lot more, a little more frequently. Fucking shit. Rough Cuts, I want to do more of those. I just need to get more movies to talk about, and acquiring the means to watch said movies. But once I get a hold of those movies, I'll be good to go to continue that series. Ultra Challenge, I want to do more of that, especially Harakiri only, Tekken 2. I want to do a legit run of that and not the technical, the Tech FC run that I did of that at the end of the last attempt. I did have to shelve a series, but there is a new series I want to start that'll be considerably easier to make. Probably, I want to say the start of next month. I want to have that done, but maybe next month or the month after. Start of June, start of July. Anywhere within that window. Like, either of those times, depending on my ability to make those happen. The big news that I had was Credit Quest is coming back in full force. Monday, the 13th, is going to be the original Mortal Kombat. Wednesday, the 15th, World Heroes is going to be starting. Friday, the 17th, Virtua Fighter is going to start. And then Sunday, the 19th, Soul Calibur is going to start. Soul Calibur 1. And then Devil's Advocate, I once again want to try to finish that episode within that same month, the 2-month window. Damn it. I'll address that later. What was I gonna say? I already did Soul Edge. I already did it. I mean Soul Calibur 1, the game. The game that just says Soul Calibur. That one. I already did Soul Edge. Years ago. Several years ago. But yeah. And then Poke Reaper, it's gonna get its own update soon. So I'll have a little more time to formulate what I want to do with that. Oh, well. Good for you, then! You'll have something new to see on the 19th, when I start that. So yeah, just making sure that I have it in my mind, shit to do. I have shit to do on here. And I know that I can do it. I have the ability to. So like I was saying, Uh, no, it's exactly the opposite of retiring. I just announced a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, not going through it again. Not going through the whole list. But yeah, I'm also going to be making a poll. I completely forgot to say this. I'm going to make a poll regarding tomorrow. Initially, I did want to do. You know what? Actually, no. Fuck that. Tomorrow, Mario 64 Rando. I forgot about randomizer time. How did I forget? So, yeah, usually... Fuck that. We're doing Psychonauts tomorrow. We're doing Mario 64 tonight. I'm doing Mario 64 Rando later, because usually whenever I have updates, I also do randomizer games. So, yeah, I'm going to continue Mario 64 tomorrow. I'm going to play Psychonauts. Boom. Done. So yeah, before I clip off for about an hour or two, I got some clothes recently. And while I was looking around getting clothes, found this t-shirt. I found this t-shirt. And bro, I've been thinking about making a video of Marathon of Misery games I won't play. Don't make me actually make that video, bro. don't make me do it. But yeah, I found this shirt among a sea of other shirts. And I found it and I was like, bro, I need that for this. This fucking shirt says everything. It says everything. For as much as I've been pushing on with, I've been prattling on about all these things I'm going to do, I'm also still going to have a lot of time to reflect on myself and refine who I am. But like the title says, that old me is done. So technically, this is a retirement video, but to the old personality type that I had, the person that I was throughout the entirety of the last, year and a half, that's gone. And I thought that an unsightly beast would behold. And granted, I'm still unsightly. But as far as I'm aware, I've proven that I'm no monster. So now that I'm here and I'm in control, let's move forward together. All together, let's move forward and celebrate life and health and everything else in between. And sure, when I'm making videos, I'll tell you that story when I start up Mario 64. I may have, in the moment, I may seem very negative. I may seem like I want to die. But in the end, we create something worth it. And especially on the streams, we make something special together. So, I welcome you. In about a half hour to an hour, I'll be streaming Mario 64 again. And it will be the first step into a new era. I was building The last year I was building the bridge and the work got to my head. But today is the day we start walking across. And if that doesn't sell you on the progress I've made, that's okay. I'll step on that bridge and fall right fucking through the thing. But at least I tried. That's all that matters. Me and my wacky ass hypothetical scenarios. But that's what I like to do. I like to create visions. I could just sit around in ideals, but creating that picture is a lot more valuable to me. So, I'm gonna have some dinner, have a drink, and I'm gonna come back in an hour with some Super Mario 64 randomizer. And if it's too late for you, that's perfectly fine with me. But at least we had this special moment together. And there's still time. There's still a whole ton of time. Let's make the most of it.